y'all. It is the Southern Belle from Hell here, and welcome back to another speed build. This speed build is a astronaut container house. So if you have watched any of my playthrough series, I have one going on called the Herbs and Spices Challenge. And in Generation 2, which we're about to start, we've got like 2 more episodes left of Gen 1, Logan is going to be an astronaut. So I was trying to think of, what house can I build for him going into Generation 2? And I had so many container houses saved. Like, I've been thinking about, okay, there's so many ways I could do a container house. There are so many different styles out there. And then it hit me, I should build Logan a container house and have it in Strangerville and have this kind of style that's modern, a little bit of industrial, but super versatile in those two styles of modern and industrial. So I had this idea, and I'm gonna link the source down in the description to kind of build this porch, this deck on the second floor, and it's based off of this other container house that I have linked below. And it just looked so cozy in a modern way. Like, this isn't your typical type of porch on a container house. This is something that is more like up to date, I guess. The style was just different. I hadn't seen it before, so I said I'm going to try to recreate that. What I have right here that's kind of cut out, it's supposed to be like a secret area where he has his rocket ship, and he works on it and builds it, and it's completely functional. It's just like an open area for him to head off into space. And I think of it as like a garage, and inside he's got a secret area that he can access his spaceship. Because I was thinking, like, in Logan's future adult life, he is going to kind of keep his extracurricular activities when it comes to space travel to himself. Like, he has his missions and stuff, but there's some other things that he does in space that has nothing to do with his missions. So he's got to keep his travels a secret. So he has it kind of hidden in the back of his house. So you'll see when we get there. But I realized the porch, I'm just changing the color to make it a more dark wood, because I realized it was too red. I wanted it to be like a rich wood, but I didn't want it to be red like that, so I just changed it up. And in the same build that I'm using for inspiration, it has a garage that looks exactly like this wooden sculpture that I just put out front. And we're not going to use it as a garage, but I thought that looked so neat. Like, I thought that added a really interesting piece to the front of this container build. And this area right here, I really don't want to dress up the landscaping too much with a bunch of flowers. I just want to make it look, kept up. But, in the desert, you're not going to have, a huge flower bed full of, lush, plants and stuff. You're going to have, some cacti. You're going to have some plants that aren't really like bright green and stuff. So I'm just trying to get this area to match and like fill in the environment. And those big bushes I thought were just perfect to kind of hide this secret space where he has his rocket ship. So right here, this is when I really miss the winding staircases, but I'm trying to kind of make a staircase of my own that's still pretty functional, that has enough rooms, because this is a 3-story container build, but it's not very big. So I'm trying to make sure it's, accessible, and, we still have this cool looking staircase. it was kind of difficult because because it would just work out so much better with a winding staircase. I was so tempted to use CC on this, but I was like, no, this is a no CC build. I'm not going to use CC on this. But these windows I thought just went, really perfect, especially with the picture that I'm going off of. Like it looks like the windows from the build itself. And I like the vertical windows as well. Like it seems like it kind of goes, like it matches with these other like longer horizontal windows. And I use a set, I think it's the quadruple window panes. I can't think today. Those quadruple window panes for this divide that's upstairs. And I just thought it added like a touch of style to this build. Now, this house only has 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms because I'm thinking for right now, Logan is, going to be living there by himself. I did want enough room, for, guests to come over and possibly, another child. He doesn't have a child right now, but a child in the future. The next generation, he's only going to have 1 child. So I didn't need like a huge house, but it's very clear in the rules that he lives a very techie, modern, adult life. So I'm trying to kind of match that vibe and still be different, I was so excited to do a container build because the wall coverings that I believe it comes with Eco Lifestyle, it looks exactly like, the sides of a little container house. There's some styles that I work on in here that I end up changing just because as I work on the house and the decor, I end up just going like, nah, it's not fitting in with the vision. I change up the walls in this 3rd floor bedroom and I change these floors. At first I thought the carpet would go perfect, but I end up changing it to something else a little bit later. But I wanted like these kind of like these vertical lines melding into each other, and it looked great outside with the wood pattern, but it just didn't look that great on this carpet. So yeah, end up changing it up a little bit. I make him a cool modern bathroom, and right now I'm just trying to figure out the lights because according to the picture they have these hanging lights on this back porch that looks so cool, and these lights look pretty similar. I hardly ever use these because it's just a style that I don't really work with often, and I wouldn't have used it for this build, but it just matched so perfectly with the source I'm going off of that I just had to. So I thought about adding this little chandelier and this huge like flying saucer light, and it's so freaking big. You can't really use it a lot. And I have a hard time putting the bed and all the decor in his bedroom together just because that light fixture is so huge, but I didn't want to change it because it fit in with the vibe so well. And I decided to have these floodlights on the outside because when I think of a container house, I think of something industrial looking like floodlights on the outside. I don't, there's some styles that, are rustic, and that goes well together, but we're not going for a rustic style in this build. So the floodlights look super cool at night. I have a screenshot at the end of this video of it at night, and it just looks like, don't come near. We have stuff going on in here. So now we're on to the kitchen, and I end up changing some things a bit. I'm using the counters and cabinets from Home Chef Hustle, and to me they just like fit in really well. They've got the lights that illuminate them already, So it just looks like something that would be in an ultra modern kitchen. I wanted this kitchen to be kind of large. I want him to, do a lot of cooking, because in generation one, his mother is an exceptional cook. So, he tries to mimic that a little bit in his adult life. But he's not a big family person. Like, he loves his mom, but with his own family, he's going to be a bit distant. So I'm not really focusing this build on future family planning as much, just kind of a really sleek, expensive, I don't know how else to put it, just super modern build. This guy has kind of become the Elon Musk of space type of vibe. So right now I'm just trying to pick out little clutter pieces. Doing a modern build, I don't like to clutter up the space too much, because most modern builds, it's, pretty open. It doesn't have a lot of, little knickknacks here and there, but they are there. The knickknacks that are there are mainly from Journey to Batuu or the Strangerville pack. And let's see, I think I use, what else do I use? Jungle Adventure. Yeah, I use Jungle Adventure a lot in this build. I just tried to keep everything looking as clean and as neat as possible. So, I don't over clutter in this build at all. I like this little stool that I put next to this entryway table. I just thought it, kind of added a little something to this open space here. And the little cereal bowl with his keys and things like that. And yeah, so this is basically the entryway into the kitchen. And I found these awesome little pictures of space, and there are so many swatches. And I do a lot of these pictures all throughout the house. And there was the secret little entryway with the door from Journey to Batuu, and I decided to put a little hand sanitizing station, before he goes and works on his rocket ship, or when he comes back. You never know what germs are out there in space. So this entertainment area, I wanted it to look, just so cool and so neat. I thought these wall coverings from Moschino just fit in really well. His Generations color is white, so you're gonna see me use a lot of white and kind of mix match that with gray and black, things like that, to make everything not so white, because I love color coding Generations. To me, it's kind of fun, and it gives me a sense of direction, especially like when it comes to decorating their house. But you got to mix it up sometime, and black and white just goes great together, especially when you're doing a build like this. Like, it just looks super chic. I use these pillows from, I believe it's Modern Luxe or Desert Luxe, one of the Luxes. And I hardly ever use these pillows. I usually use the base game pillows, just because, they're one color and it kind of goes with everything. So this gave me a perfect excuse to use this set of pillows. And I changed this kind of study area going into the living room up a little bit, because I end up forgetting something. And I have to kind of change it around. But I mean, the decor is basically all the same. I sized down this statue just because it kind of just gave an elegant look to this little study space into the living room. Where the entertainment center is, I decided to fill this area with a bunch of Star Wars stuff from the Journey to Batuu pack, but I didn't want to fill it up too much, because I kind of want these pieces of decor all throughout the house, and I didn't want to repeat the same decor pieces over and over. So I take away some and I just fill that area with books and stuff, because a lot of the other pieces that I just took away is going to be, you know, in his bedroom or on top of another shelf somewhere. And we are almost finished. No, okay, I think we are. We are finished with the downstairs. So now we're on the second floor. And this is kind of like a little loft bedroom. I'm thinking, you know, this is his guest bedroom for when his mom comes over. And I use the TV that is, you know, like it looks like a painting, but it's not a painting. It's a TV. Just because this area is a little bit more soft, like he's considering, you know, guests when they come over that, you know, they may not want all the space stuff in their face. You know, he's got a little bit here and there, but, you know, it's mostly just kind of calming decor. And I decided to use these lights, these round, you know, they look like the moon lights, because I've never used them, never even noticed them before until I was doing this build. And I said, these look so cool. I've got to use it in at least one of the bedrooms. And I just give the second floor a little guest bathroom, and I end up hanging up this this towel, you know, on the door handle and stuff. I just wanted it to be kind of small but also really stylish. Now this area, this is the fun area. This is the area that when people come over, this is where we hang. I put a little outside bench down with these chairs, and I decided to put a dance floor here because I thought about putting a jacuzzi, but all the jacuzzis were just too clunky for this area, and I didn't want to make it bigger. So I decided to put this cool dance floor here that has built-in lights and stuff. And the end tables have the lights in them too. So I just thought that went really well together. And yeah, like I absolutely love that second floor porch. So now we're working on the last floor of the house, the third floor. And I just kind of make this entryway, you know, a little stylish. We have more bookshelves. We're going to have a little seating area. And this is when I start realizing that I do not like the decor of this bedroom. Like in my mind, it looks cool, but I'm not crazy about it. So I kind of take a little break and I, you know, decorate other stuff until I figure out exactly how I want this bedroom. So we're working on the bathroom, and I wanted it to be, you know, like the rest of the house, pretty sleek and modern, but also have his and hers sinks, because his aspiration has nothing to do with being an astronaut. He has the romance aspiration. He wants to find true love. So, you know, marriage and love is in his future. So I make sure to put his and her sinks and kind of give it a really sexy vibe, I guess, in this bathroom. I don't know, I just really like this bathroom, and I'm glad it came out the way it came out. So this is when I decided to change up this bedroom and make it a little bit more wild and have a completely different vibe, because even though his generation's color is white, I had this idea for this room having the twinkle lights that go on the ceiling that replicate the stars from the Love Struck pack. So it's kind of like you have a planetarium inside your bedroom, and that's what I'm putting up now. And I thought it would just look so cool when the walls are all black. And we have a, you know, an accent wall behind the bed. But yeah, I just thought this would be super neat and perfect for, you know, someone like Logan, who is obsessed with space and loves his job like he does. So we're just fixing up the little seating area before you get to the bedroom. Just little knickknacks here and there. And now I'm putting up some decor items just on the roof, you know, making it look a little bit more industrial, putting some solar panels out, and putting the final touches on the yard. Of course, I had to put the space mailbox down. This is when I realized that I completely forgot about this little spot that I made, kind of like this little porch area, and I had plans for it. This was gonna be like his little garden slash archaeology area, because he's got to work on that in his field. And I completely forgot about it. So I changed some things around in the living room. It still basically looks the same. But I hope you guys enjoyed this build. If you did, like and subscribe. Until next time, have a good one.